Hello, BookTube. I thought I'd do a little bit of a TBR, a little bit of a catch-up, let you know what I'm reading and what I'm planning to read. I've been watching a few videos like that myself. Starting to get a little more back into watching the videos, which I enjoy very much. And then getting back into my reading's been taking off now that we've sort of settled into this new lifestyle a bit. So as an ongoing project, I've been reading this. Hope I can do this without too much glare. It's Edgar Rice Burroughs. A couple weeks ago, I finished A Princess of Mars, and then I finished The Gods of Mars. It's part of Marsathon, where I'm reading along with a group on BookTube. And I'll be starting here in next couple days, Warlord of Mars, and I'm enjoying them very much. Of course, I've read them many times for decades, so they're not new to me. But it's always fun to revisit them. And then while I was reading it, I came across a story here in this 1986 Annual World's Best SF. It's edited by Donald A. Wollheim of Daw Books. Donald A. Wollheim. This has a cover for Sailing to Byzantium, a Robert Silverberg story in here. But the story I want to talk about was The Gods of Mars by Gardner Dozois, Jack Daniel, and Michael Swanwick. I don't know if you can see that. It's a compliment to the Edgar Rice Burroughs, and it was great fun to find. I love old science fiction anthologies anyway, and when I saw the title, obviously, it's a short story, so I just sat down and read it. And I don't remember it. And it takes place on Mars, obviously, but it does it after science has replaced the Edgar Rice Burroughs era of science. And it plays those two off each other brilliantly. It's actually a pretty creepy story, because when in the end, you're left with, wow. So that's fun. And then I'm also reading, I'm well into it now, Information Hunters, When Librarians, Soldiers, and Spies Banded Together in World War II Europe by Kathy Peiss. And yeah, I'm going the wrong way on this for some reason. A lot of information about the formation of the OSS, the role that Archibald MacLeish and the Library of Congress played, librarians going everywhere from like Stockholm to Lisbon to collect materials and that whole thing. Very scholarly job. Who did this? This is brand new. This is from Oxford, and it came out in 2020. And like I say, it's just I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can. It's really learning a lot about the role that these folks play. And one of the bureau chief type was actually Kathy Peiss's uncle, I believe. So that's how she ran into it. And then a couple books I have yet to get to, but that are on the list. I guess I'll start with this one here. This is Luca Fezzi's Crossing the Rubicon, Caesar's Decision, and the Fate of Rome. This is translated from the Italian by Richard Dixon, Yale University Press, New Haven in London. This is 2019. An in-depth study, obviously. Pretty decent maps. A book I've been meaning to get to. Of course, I've read, like a lot of folks, I've read more than one book on the subject, but I'm looking forward to this one. And then finally, this is Michael Kulikowski. I've put it on the TBR for a while, but I finally think I'm going to get to it. Here is The Tragedy of Empire, from Constantine to the Destruction of Roman Italy. This is a Harvard Belknap Press out of Cambridge, Mass., 2019. So we will see. And I'm really looking forward to this. So a little bit of fiction, a little bit of nonfiction. When I read, a lot of times I'll jump around a little bit off on these little tangents caused by the reading. So with the Edgar Rice Burroughs, this is a library book I've been dipping in and out of. This is Old Mars. So Old Ways is doing, traditional tales about Mars before the real scientific facts rolled in. But this is the story I'm going to get to next is The Lost Canal, Michael Moorcock. And then dipping in and out of this for more Mars stories. So I get on a bit of a kick. We'll see how that goes. And I almost forgot. I've been reading this while I've been writing. And this is The Wonder Book, the illustrated guide to creating imaginative fiction, revised and expanded by Jeff Vandermeer. I don't read this as a straight through type of thing. I'm reading it straight through, but I don't read it every day. A lot of times after I've done a bit of writing or I'm getting into some writing, I'll do that. I've been working on a novel I started in NaNoWriMo, about 75,000 words in, a little more actually. I'm doing some formatting, fixing some formatting issues and all that, and enjoying it. So hopefully get that finished in the next couple months. So hopefully everyone's doing well. Love to see what everybody's reading, and be well.